everybody. I am going to give everyone an update on how things have been going with my IVF Cycle 2. So I had my trigger shot on day 11 of the Novarel, and I uploaded a video of that. And then I had my egg retrieval on Friday, which was day 13. And I'll upload, I recorded like 25 seconds of me before the procedure, so I'll upload those before I upload this. But I was super excited, a little nervous about it, and afterward they keep you there for about an hour to just do an observation, make sure you're okay, then they send you home, tell you to sleep lots and get lots of rest and relax. And so I was able to do that, which I was happy about. But I actually told my husband that he could go to work. So he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, everything is fine. I'm just gonna fall asleep and I'll be okay." Well, my procedure was at about 9:30, and so by the time we got home it was about 11, and when I woke up at 3:30 I was home alone, and I was in so much pain that I was in tears. And it wasn't like, I think it was a surprise to me. So I don't remember the doctor saying that he said there would be mild to moderate cramping, but my cramps were pretty severe, and I felt super bloated and uncomfortable and like a dull pain plus cramps plus bloating. And so I felt uncomfortable, and it was just pretty intense. So I called Rod and asked him if he could come home, and I know that the doctor had given me a prescription for hydrocodone, which is Vicodin, and so he had to come home and go and get that filled. And so I was in pain until about, I'd say 5:30, when I was able to take the Vicodin, and then I slept for most of the night. I took another one. At about, I took one to start, and I think that it helped a bunch. And then I took another one at about 9 or so, and I was able to sleep through the night and everything was fine. But it was pretty intense. The following day, Saturday, I rested all day. I didn't go anywhere. I was still in pain, was super uncomfortable. And I think I was even more uncomfortable because I was continuing to take the Vicodin, had just had all the meds and the anesthesia the day before, and was obviously constipated. So it was pretty intense bloating, constipation, pain, dull pain, plus cramping. So Saturday was pretty intense too, and I actually was considering calling into work on Sunday. I don't like to do that. I have a hospital job, a part-time social worker job, and I do that on the weekends, and I was scheduled to work on Sunday. So Sunday morning I was feeling a little bit better. I decided to go in, but through the day, I mean, I'm walking around a hospital in and out of patients' rooms. I realized at about noon, around lunchtime, like, yeah, I don't know if I could do this. So I asked a coworker if they would cover for me if I left a little early, and I was able to leave just a little early. So I worked almost a full day that day. Oh gosh, I'm trying to get over. People are so mean in traffic. So Monday, yesterday, I felt like myself, and today I feel great. So Sunday we got a call from the embryoligist, or however you say it, giving us an update on our retrieval. So when we left our retrieval, we were told that we had 9 eggs retrieved. And then on Sunday, when we were given the update, we were told that we had 8 that had matured and fertilized. So that was super exciting to find out on Sunday. And today is Tuesday, and we find out what time our transfer is tomorrow and how things have progressed. So I'm really excited about that. Ready to go to the transfer. I wish I could fast forward to tomorrow and do the transfer. For the transfer, I'm nervous about going to the clinic with my bladder filled. So that's one of the things that you have to do prior to the transfer. And for me, just in my normal everyday life, I go to the bathroom often. I usually have to empty my bladder very often throughout the day after drinking just a little bit of water. And so I was told that I'm supposed to drink 24 to 32 ounces in the morning prior to my appointment and not use a bathroom. So I think that's what I'm most nervous about. I'm not nervous about the procedure. I had one when I did my IVF cycle. So I think it's pretty similar to that process where they use a catheter. I remember it going pretty quickly, so that was a bonus. It doesn't take a long time. So I would say that's pretty much what I'm nervous about, is just the full bladder piece of it. But we'll see. I mean, if that's what I gotta do, that's what I gotta do. That's what I keep telling myself. I was telling myself on Saturday, once I got through the initial onset of pain at around 5:30 before I fell asleep, I'm like, this is what I signed up for. This is what I signed up for. Stop being a big baby. It's gonna be okay. This is a part of the process. So when the pain first hit at 3:30, I was not telling myself that. I was telling myself, this is not right. Why is this happening? And one thing that I also was thinking about is one of my friends had gone through an IVF cycle a month prior to my first cycle. So that must have been around March or so. No, February. So she gave me updates all the time about what was happening with her. She would let me know after appointments, after ultrasounds. She let me know after her retrieval how it went, and kind of just gave me her experience, which I loved. And I know everyone has a different experience, so I always was thinking about that. And, you know, I was thinking, like, this is her experience, mine might be a little bit different. But I don't remember her telling me that she was in extreme pain afterward. She did say that she was in pain, but I know she didn't have severe pain afterward. So when my pain hit on Friday, I was like, what the heck? This is not what I was expecting, and her pain wasn't this bad, and something wrong. And my husband's like, everything is fine, you're just reacting differently, everybody's body is different. So it was nice to have that reminder from him. And then of course my bestie was there too and was able to help take care of me, and they brought me Sprite and crackers because I was nauseous and all that good stuff. So my advice for day of egg retrieval is to have people at home that can help you. Definitely prepare to be in pain. Have pain reliever with you. And don't be nervous or shy about telling anyone that you're in pain. Because it's okay. I mean, I think we have this guilt kind of for complaining. I think those of us that are going through this probably feel like I shouldn't complain because this is what I wanted. I wanted to have a baby, and this is a part of the process. But I think to some degree we have a right to express our concerns, express our pain, express our frustrations, because this is an emotional roller coaster and it is a pretty intense experience. So, yeah, that's my advice. And I will update tomorrow after my transfer. I'm super excited and I look forward to it.